Hi, hello everyone. Thank you for coming to join me. It's afternoon here. It's about 3 o'clock, 3:05 on a Wednesday afternoon, and I'm just going to do some crafting while I've got a quick hour in between a couple of errands that I'm having to run. I'm going to do the challenge from Amy at Crafty Cat USA, and this is her 50 stack challenge, and I'm still behind, but it takes me ages to think of what to do for each of the prompts. I'm not speedy on prompts, I have to say. This week I am doing prompt 33, which was elegant, and 34, which was splatter. So yeah, I've still got this on my table. This is my not altered book that I'm working through, and one of the things I'm going to make, I want to somehow put in this, and that's the splatter. So that's on top. So I'm gonna make that one first because it's a quicker make. For the splatter, I've got some paper that I have splattered, and I did this ages and ages ago. And literally, I just got some paper. Gosh, who was it that I saw do it? It could have been Gail Agostinelli. That I saw do it, in a cardboard box, and you put bits of paper in it, and then you just literally splatter it with either ink or paint or whatever, sprays, you know, that sort of thing. It was a right mess. Boy, was it messy. And I kind of enjoyed it, but kind of didn't. But I've still got bits of paper left over, and I've had this laying on my desk for a while, and I thought, although I want to do a grungy journal, but I'm not a very grungy person. I was so inspired by Amy at Crafty Cat's take, the way she did her book, and the grunge in that is just adorable. But I'm doing my version of it. So, but I thought this will look, it's going to go, it's going to fit. So that's what I'm going to use. And what came to me was, I'm just going to fold it in half like that. I was messing about with it, and I folded it in half and thought, oh, fancy that. I've got a couple of these tiles that are Tim Holtz tiles, and I want to put them here on the front. And I think now I'm sat here, this I was inspired to do this by, I think it's Retired 21 on Instagram. And she's doing a 100-day project where she's doing little mini collages, and she used she's got a yearbook that she's using, and I really liked it, and I felt inspired by it. And when I saw these two tiles, I thought, oh, hang on a minute, that looks, I could use them. So this is inspired by her, and I've embroidered a wonky heart, it is a bit wonky, on a piece of fabric, and I thought that I can put that on there with these two star-crossed lovers. And I don't know whether, I think I'm going to have it as a tab. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put them on there. So this one shouldn't take me ages and ages to do. I'm just going to put a bit of glue because I would like to stitch around these two peoples. I think that I want to stitch around them, and I want that to be on there. My glue's not really gluing. So how are you all doing? I hope you're doing okay. I think a lot of you have enjoyed watching me do this. I have done a little bit more to it, but I'm not going to show you what I've done until I do the next video, because going to keep you all in suspense. That's why I'm not showing you. Because it's fraggling my head a little bit, because a lot of you have said that you know, I've got a good imagination and how do I think of things, and all I can say is, oh my, if only you knew what my imagination was like, because it doesn't work that well, I don't think. Sometimes I get an idea and I run with it, and then other times it just fails me completely. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put you on pause just a minute, because I've just kind of tacked those on there, and I just want to stitch around them so that they don't come off. which they're tending to do. So just bear with me 1 minute. You won't even know I've been gone. Yes, success. Sorry, I was just panicking looking for a minute because I thought I'd switch the video off rather than put it on pause. That's the only thing I know how to do. So I've just stitched around these and there's that little tab bit there. So that's going to be kind of a flip. And what I think I want to do, and I'm just going to use this for height, just so that I get it kind of right. I want, not necessarily on this page, but I want to do it as a, I'm trying to show you, look, I want to do it as something that will hang over a kind of a belly band. So for example, this is too big, but I could cut number 10 off and it would go behind it like so. So it would go like that and hang on it, and then it would have papers underneath it. So that's kind of my plan of what I want to do for that in my head, in my little head. So I have got some scraps of paper here. So for example, I don't want them any wider than that, but it can go a bit longer than that. So that might be too long. It might not be. Actually, that would, so no longer than that and no wider than that. But I can have some different papers. That would be shorter, wouldn't it? And then something a bit longer. That's quite nice. Would that show below? It might show below. So you can see the kind of thing that I'm kind of looking to do. I've got an old bit of book page there. Maybe I'll use that as the back one. It is a bit too wide. This paper is really crumbly, but kind of the idea of having, very delicate, having these papers is that you can use them to write on, but you can also use them to decorate the journal with. So the kind of additional papers that you can use. So if I was to put them in here, like so, so I have to spread them out a bit. I'm not very good at putting these together. Take your time, Carol. There's no rush, my love. Kind of looking for papers that might be a bit different. That one's very grungy, isn't it? And if it is too long, I can rip it. It can get ripped, for sure. Let me just grab, I've got an old dictionary here, and I might just put a bit of that in as well. It is quite delicate, that one. Right. Trying to put them in an order so that they kind of show each other. Like that sort of thing. And so that would attach in there, like so. And then it would hang on a belly band on there. So I think that's what I'm going to do. So if you just bear with me a moment, I'm going to zip a line of stitching across there. So I'm going to pause you again for just one moment. Okay, so I'm back with you. So all that I've done is put a stitch across there. And I know those papers, they're not level and straight, but the scraps of paper that are going to go in. So this would go on a belly band. Might be a tight fit because it's quite wide, isn't it? But that's okay, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. I might want to shorten a couple of these just so that you can see what's underneath. Happy with that. So that is my version. I might need to put something on the back of that. I might actually glue it to the back of that. I don't know, but that's because I don't want it to catch. I might actually just add a bit of paper onto the back of that just to strengthen it a bit. I think I will. Only because this paper, it is only thin paper, and it will just add that little bit of strength rather than glue it to that, because somebody might want to rip that out and use it. You never know. You just never know. Whoopsie. Gluing everywhere. There we go. Here we go. There we are. That just gives that a little bit of weight and a little bit of glue to my fingers. So that is going to go. I could actually stick it in the book, but I don't think I want to. I think I want it to be removable. So that is Splatter. So that was not a difficult one to do, was it? And to be honest, I wouldn't have done it unless I found that piece of paper that I'd splattered. So there we go. The other one that I thought of doing, it's the Elegant. I've got lots of papers here from chapter 1 papers. And I've shown you, I've done a video putting these papers together for the cat. I've got a cat image that I think is elegant, that I want to make something with to go in that journal. So I've got this image of a cat from Mrs. Cog, and I think that he is elegant. I don't think the birds think that he is, but I think that he is elegant. And my thought was that I would put it on this page. I've got an envelope that I found that I previously cut down that I must have been going to do something with, but it kind of fits on there. So I'm going to do him as a journal card to go in there, and then it will flip out. And I think that he is looking at Tom Kitten's mum there. Maybe it's the father coming home, and she's there with the kids, getting the kids in before Dad gets home from work. So that's going to go there on that page. So that's how I'm going to use it. So that's going to go as the journal card, and I need to organise this as a flip. Okay. I want it to be a flip. So I think that what I'm going to do is I am going to remove this flap. Now you might think that's daft, and so might I in a minute, because if I want it to be a flip, why haven't I left that on? And I haven't, because when you put papers on these, it makes them a lot thicker, obviously. And then if I've got paper on this side and the other side, so if that was still on and I'm gluing paper on there and then I'm gluing paper on there, that fold that you have there becomes so stiff, I have found. Ooh, that might be quite nice on there. Sorry, I was just looking at that. That might well be very nice on there, actually. Goes that way, doesn't it? So I don't really know what I want to do. I'm going to take that off there to think about using that, and then I just want to cover this, get it the right way. No, that is the right way. It's going to load from the top That doesn't quite fit. That does fit. Trying to think what I want to do, folks, and it's kind of coming to me. Be patient with me. So I'm just going to use these beautiful papers from chapter 1. And I know you're going to want to know from me which they are from. I think this is is it the blue and pink that's out? I'm going to list the papers that I've used. I think these are the blue and pink, the pastel blues and pinks, I think it is called. See, now that would just go there, wouldn't it? But what I want to do is have that folding over as a tuck. I've got a misprint of this. I know I have. I thought I had a misprint of it. You know when you try and get clever and print on the reverse of something? Well, I tried to get clever with it and I reversed. I printed on the reverse of it twice. Who knew that was a thing? I thought I had, but I haven't got it here. That could go on there, couldn't it? And then that would be the flip. That would be the pocket on the other side. And that would match his orange coat. You know what? I'm just going to do it. I am just going to do it. So I'm going to... honestly, I am going to put glue on this side. I'm going to put lots at the top and the bottom. I know this is printed on both sides and sometimes that happens. And I know I've got a faulty print of this where I've printed on both sides, but I don't know where I've put it. Now that I've used this one, I'll find it. But I know I've said it before and I'm going to say it again. It doesn't matter because we can reprint it. But I do love this paper. I really, really do love this paper. So that is on there. And I'm just going to let that dry for a minute. I know I've got glue there that I didn't want to, but I am just going to let that dry off for a minute. I probably, excuse me reaching, I probably should have inked. I got carried away. I get carried away quite easily when I'm making things. Okay, and then what I want to do is I do like that. I do like that. Let me take this white off here. As I say, I will put a link below to the kits that these papers are in from chapter 1. I had them written down. I did have them written down on a piece of paper and I've scooped it somewhere and I don't know where I've scooped it. But I will put a link below because they are just so pretty. They are a mix of kits, I am thinking, because I've got them printed out ready to go for something. Now, where is that fold? That fold is along there, isn't it? I'm going to put a crease where that fold should be, which is there. That is where that will flip. So that's that bit. Okay. I don't really know how this is going to work. And outside somebody's banging something and it's all I can hear. And it's driving me potty. I'm gonna crease that there. I'm gonna put a fold just there because I need to seal this, don't I? It needs to, otherwise it's not going to be a pocket, is it? So my thoughts were, if I do that and glue that along that bit there, that's within that fold. That will still fold open. Okay, yes, that's what I'm going to do. You know when you think you know what you're doing and you don't. You really don't. So, cut my glue. Don't you hate it when you do that? So I'm going to put my glue down there. I've confused myself. Never mind confuse all of you. Oh dear. Confused all of you. That's the opening, so that's going to be the top of my pocket. This paper goes that way, so that is going to go in there, and I'm going to move that up to that line. I'm not going to worry if we see a little bit of that blue, because that's not a concern for me. Brilliant. I can cut that off. That's okay, because I can just cut along there, can't I? Yes, I'm going to ink this bit. Don't lose the cat. It's the whole purpose of it, isn't it? Okay, so that's going to go like that. I can fold that along there. And I think I'm going to try and how much do I trust my measuring? Not a lot. I'm going to cut that there. Hold your breath. Hold your breath. So that, perfect. So that will go on there like that. So I'm going to glue this on both, and that will then still give me my pocket. I want to just add something with a bit of colour up there on the top. This piece here will do nicely. Yeah, I'm just going to put that in there because I don't want to see the envelope in the top of the pocket. I'm probably waffling away, you lot, honestly. It's because I'm panicking, because I've grabbed a couple of hours to craft in between running errands, and sometimes that's not always the best way to do it because you're conscious that you've got, you know, you've got things to do. Oh, you silly Billy. I stuck it on the wrong side. Stuck it on the wrong side. I thought it looked odd. Tell you, that's because I know I've got jobs to do. and I feel naughty crafting when I've got jobs to do. Oh, look, I'm getting hot and bothered now. Hot and bothered. And fold that over like that. Now, I don't want you to stick. So maybe then, maybe baby, to stop it from sticking, I'll just put something there as well. Best way, you reckon? Otherwise, it's just going to stick and you're never going to get anything done, Carol. There we go. Okay, that's not going to stick now, are you? No. Whoops. So I am now going to get rid of them sticky bits. What am I doing? I'm going to glue this down, this, aren't I? Yes, I am. So I'm double panicking myself that I've done this all wrong. And you know what? If I have done it all wrong, it's an envelope, Carol. You can reuse another envelope. You haven't used anything that's really expensive. Okay, so that not I forgot that bit was sticky, didn't I? Icky sticky. That's going to stick on there and it's going to fold over to there. Okay. I'm just going to snip this bit off and then we'll see where we've got to. Oh, we're still recording. We are. So that's going to come off there. I forgot that it was sticky, didn't I? I'm just going to put a little bit of ink where these bits, these corner bits, you never ever ever manage to get covered. That is going to fold just shy of that line. Like that. It is. So I can now put some glue on there, because this is going to be the pockety bit on the other side. Let's just make sure that's glued on. Excuse me reaching, folks. I love this paper. This checkered paper is just gorgeous, and it picks out the colours of that, and it does pick out the colour of that cat's jacket, doesn't it? So the way that this will go, now that I've confused everybody completely and utterly, is like that. So that will go on there. It's the top loading pocket, so that will flip out like that. That will be a tuck spot just there, and then you can write on there or you can put something on it if you wish to. I like that. It's probably not level, but then it's an envelope and it probably won't be, because are they ever? Oh, it's not bad actually. It's not a bad envelope. So I now need something to go there and there. I could put a pretty flower on. Somebody's still knocking. I think I want to use this. I do think I want to use it, and so I will. I'm trying to think which bit I want. There's only going to be a little bit for down there. And I think I want to use this bit. Just want a bit of a flower, bit of flower power. Hopefully that will fit on there. Whoopsie, bits flying everywhere. Then I'm going to tear that. Brilliant. Brilliant piece of tearing, Carol. Are you still with me, folks? You are. I had it that way, didn't I? Get that stuck on. Brilliant. I'm sorry, I've got sticky fingers. And I'm knocking you because I'm getting overexcited because I can see it coming together. And then I want to put a piece up here at the top. And I think that I want to use... I always keep these bits because I know I've said it before, but these scraps, I'll get a piece of scrapbook paper and I will stick them on it and start a masterboard so that I can use it with the chapter 1 papers. So I always keep my little bits, always. How long would that need to be? Let's see. If it went just there. Cut it a bit longer than I need it to be. Those little bits I will throw, but not my other little bits. I'm quite excited to start a new masterboard, to be honest. And then that will go on there. I will keep these stripes that I'm tearing off as well. I don't want the green on it. Being fussy, aren't I? So what are you all up to? I hope you've been up to something good this week. I can't think that we have. We're just kind of running errands. It's another couple of weeks before we go away, but it was my birthday Sunday just gone. I know you're all now singing me happy birthday. Happy birthday, Carol. Another year older, love. Not necessarily another year wiser, but another year older. And then it's hubby's birthday on the 6th, no, the 5th, and my sister's on the 6th. The grandkids are all away. 2 of my sons have gone away, not together, but they've gone away on their holiday during the half-term week. So that's good for them. I've got the dog going for a haircut. I've got to get my hair cut. I've got to get my mum's jabs sorted out. You know when you're coming to go away and then all of a sudden everybody wants a piece of you for something. That's how it feels at the minute. I've got some birthday money to spend. I don't know what I'm going to spend that on. Actually, I'd like a new pair of shorts for my holiday. Sorry, folks, just looking at that. So that, I like that. I like that very much. That is going to go in there like so. I want to find a label or something to go in there. I know I've got lots of labels. I just haven't got them all cut out yet. So I think that I might put a label or a something up there. And I want to, oh no. I want to open this. There we go. And I want to see if I can, by any chance, cut a notch. Oh, I'm sorry, I've knocked you again. It won't be in the middle. And it moved. Yes. I know it's always a risk, and I don't mind that because I did put the music paper behind it. So that is going to go in there like so. And I think that's so pretty. So I am going to glue that. I'm hesitating now because I want to take pictures of this to go in on Instagram, but it doesn't matter because I can photograph it in situ, can't I? So I'm going to glue this in a little envelopey flip. So doing this, if you can get a piece of paper that will cover all the way around your envelope. Did I just get that on? Something that can go all the way around your envelope. It saves you time and a lot of bother trying to tear little bits to do it. Concentrating, folks, sorry. Oh, and we've had to, our internet contract has runs out on Friday. So I've had to find new internet, and I thought we had, and then it's gone a bit Pete-tong the way things do, you know, because we were expecting a new router and it didn't turn up. So I thought, well, the 10 days is up. I'll ring them up. They didn't put the order through, did they? And then the offer that they gave us, they said is now gone. Well, my response to that was, on your bike. That's what the contract I've got says. The fact that you didn't put it through does not mean it's not happening, because it's happening. That's what I'm having. So I've had to argue with them on the phone. Do you know, I was on the phone for nearly an hour trying to sort it out. Oh my word. So I had to do that. And then my husband's bank card runs out on the 1st of June. And they haven't, or at the end of May, which is Friday, day after tomorrow. And they haven't sent him a new one. Is that too big? It's just not quite going to the bottom. They haven't sent his new one through. So we've been trying to sort that out today. And bless their hearts, what they've done is cancelled his existing card and sent a new one, which actually means he now has no bank card to use until his new one comes through, which is as much use as a chocolate fire guard, I'm sure you'd all agree. So rather than just saying, yes, we'll put one in the post to you, oh, tell you. So it's been quite a stressful week, what with one thing and another. In my little head anyway. I just want to make sure that this will fit, that I'm doing it the right size. So that comes to about there, which is about right. So I'm going to cut a bit off of there. A bit more. Because I don't want it sticking out the top of that pocket as such. Okay. Now I do want to use this so let's cut this out. I think what I'd probably be better, oh, I don't know. See, I've got an idea for where it says Paris there at the bottom. Okay. I've got a little idea fuzzing in my brain. Because I don't want to lose that bit that says Paris. Now, probably I'm thinking that chapter 1 will have a label that says Paris on it. I don't know. Let's think. Let me just think for I'm putting it on there. Right, so if I put this in here, I just want to gauge how am I doing for time. 40 minutes. And that is still a bit long. So I want to gauge it's just above that bit there. Okay. I'm going to take a little snip off there again. Right. What I'm going to do is I am going to cut Paris like that. I know I'm quiet, but I'm just trying to think. That's what I'm going to do. I don't know if it'll work. If it doesn't, I'll be reprinting the cat and this letter that's the chapter 1. Let's see. And if my video switches off, I'm really sorry. I think I can do about 50 minutes, so I should be fine because I'm so close. I am so close. I'm going to do it like that. And then I've got to glue that back down. Like that. Okay, did that make any sense? I don't know. I just don't know. Let's get that glued on. Okay. And then that I want to go on there. So I can put it all the way to the edge. I'd like to just get this tag made so that we can see what a mess I've made of it. See if it fits, eh? So you want to put it on this side. It will get stitched round. Did I say that already? Right, nearly there, folks. So nearly there. I hope I've put it the right way up. If not, it's going to be a right blunder, isn't it? No, I was going to tear it and turn it over, but I don't think I'm going to. There's not enough. Let's get rid of those. Oh, I like that. I do like that. I want to cut those top corners. Make it a tag. And I want to cut the bottom corners because that just makes it go into the pocket a lot easier. Those colours I absolutely love. It goes so well with the image from Mrs. Cog, that image there. Right, can we all have a drum roll and our fingers crossed, because I want the cat, if at all, to look out. Oh. I love it. I do love it. Yes, I am so happy with that. I'm going to put something on there, some fabric or something. But that I absolutely love. And I think that he is an elegant kitty. And this journal is from my friend Pam at Pandora's Junk Journals. But I think that is absolutely hunky-dory. So I'm going to take that tag out because it's all a bit sticky. And when you take it out, he's been on a trip to Paris and is on his way home to the missus. So that was my Elegant, and that is my Splatter. Whew, I made it. Thank you so much, everybody, and I hope that you like this video. Take care. Bye.